Hey guys, welcome to the Big Talk with Austin. I'm so excited for this episode. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have Madden, Star Wars, Jedi Fallen Order 2, SpaceX, more talk about the Snyder Cut and like adding Henry Cavill with that talk as well. Even multiple movie talks that are coming out, like cuts for that. Other movies like Dark Phoenix are, rumors supposed to get cut or something like that, like even Suicide Squad, a lot of stuff to talk about, even extra stuff, afterthoughts at the end of the episode. But let's get right into it. Thank you for Devin for joining me on this one, and Clint that will pop in at the end of the episode. But anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me. Let's get right into it. First thing we can talk about is Madden's extended NFL license until 2025.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, and
EA got it extended for the billionth time.
yeah, I mean, right now with EA, what they're doing with Star Wars, I don't mind them. They're doing good things, but with their other products that they're putting out, they're not. They're really trying.
Yeah, Battlefield 6.
I mean,
So
like,
annoying.
it's like, because I mean, like, in though there's complete different communities, and so at least for the Star Wars community, we pushed back, and we got what we
Yeah.
wanted. But the problem is, we wanted that the first time around. But it's a good thing that. But I think Dice had a little bit more with Battlefront than EA did.
Yeah.
So
EA
so
is just pulling the strings in the background.
yeah. So if EA can pull some stuff with Madden, I'll be kind of impressed. But with Madden being when was Madden even good in the first place? I don't remember a
Yeah,
good
I
day.
haven't bought a Madden in years, bro.
The
I
last,
I just I get it like every like 3 years or so because there's not that much changes, or it just ends up being a shittier version of the
yeah,
last one.
it's been proven multiple times that it's just a copy and paste.
Yeah.
If you go into the recording area, whatever you want to call it, if you zoom into a certain spot, there's like a logo for 2019's Madden. I'm like, oh wow, that's so you made $800 million. That good job. I mean, you didn't
I know.
make any changes,
And
and
most of it's like cons than pros.
yeah, and like the only Madden game the last Madden game I bought was 18, and that's because they added in the story mode. I was like, oh, all right, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
This should be interesting. But then the story mode was crap anyway. Um,
Yeah, I
but
think I can't remember what. Okay, which one had Gronk on it?
uh,
That was 17, right?
I
I could have
think
sworn it was.
I think it was. I can look.
That was the
Uh,
last one I owned because I just stopped buying them because it's not worth paying $60 every time to get
mhm.
that.
I mean, it's the same thing with the show, but I
Yeah.
feel like the show. I mean, I'm more of a bigger fan of baseball than football, so I guess that's why I'm being a little bit biased
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
So, and I can see people's point of view, but no, the thing is, no one tries anything, and that's why I see a couple of people I watch, like Angry Joe, like the Angry Joe
Yes.
show. I mean, like, I watch his stuff, I like his stuff, and I agree with majority of what he says. I'm like, yeah, I mean, even though I'm not a big fan of Madden, I kind of hate to see football be treated like this, because
Yeah.
I mean, I do watch football there and then. I'm a Packers fan, and so
Oh no.
what are you?
What do you think? You had a guess.
It better not be the Cardinals.
No,
Okay.
I have too much respect for myself.
Um. Let's see. Patriots. Sucks for Tom Brady.
I don't even
I mean, like Matt. Who's making Madden? Who develops Madden besides
besides EA.
yeah.
I can't remember who's the exact main companies for it because I just haven't paid attention. I'm gonna look that up real quick because I used to know what that was.
I mean, like, cause EA, because EA is the one that started all like these microtransactions, and that led to like um, what like Fallout 76 and all that
Ah,
stuff.
horrible.
I mean,
It's one of the worst launches.
EA has corrupted a lot of companies. Even Activision did before EA, but I mean, they were like in the background. They were like,
Yeah.
we're not going to do it yet until someone else goes on fully. And so, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, if EA pulls out a good Madden game, I'll be happy. But in the contract that does say if EA doesn't pull out the money, or if the stocks drop, EA will lose the rights to it.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping either one, because I would like to see 2K at least try something with NFL. But
I think their
they're not even.
subdivision is EA Sports. I
Is
think
it?
that it's just like, which usually with EA, with all their other games, it's usually them being like the background company, like basically like almost being like a producer role,
Mm-hmm.
and then leaving it to the smaller companies. Like, you know how Battlefront, it was mainly DICE.
Yeah.
They're mainly doing the development work. EA is just making the big decisions
Yeah. I
and
mean,
like shooting it out there.
Dice didn't work on Fallen Order, did they? I don't think they did.
No, that was the same guys who did the game that's kind of like inspired by it.
Hmm.
Can't remember them. Usually I would
Well,
know.
I guess speaking of Fallen Order, Fallen Order
Respawn. It
2,
was Respawn.
Respawn. Okay.
Respawn.
I mean, well, I guess speaking of Fallen Order, Fallen Order 2, which is the same company I'm believing coming back to make it. But the biggest news is that Ashley, I can't remember her last name. What's her? But Ashley, the one that played Ahsoka,
Eckstein.
yeah, I think that's how you say it. She was on IGN with the kid that played our main role. I can't remember his name either. I just literally started playing the game. I can't remember the main character's name. But she was on with the actor that did the main character in Star Wars Fallen Order,
Oh, the
and
guy who played Cal Kestis.
yes,
That's I keep forgetting names. I don't know why I'm like really bad with names right now. He was
just
in Gotham too.
yeah, that's which is kind of funny. Two Jokers are now in Star Wars, but
Yeah.
yeah, but she was on IGN with him and some IGN people, and the main question that they asked her is that if she would ever make an appearance in Fallen Order 2,
Yeah.
and she said that she hasn't been asked yet, but would love to. I think she already has been asked, because if you think back to Ewan McGregor, people were asking him all the time, and he couldn't say anything. So I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
she has been asked, and I'm pretty sure but she did say that she hasn't worked on anything yet.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Do you
I,
think there's gonna be too many cameos in the Mandalorian?
oh, definitely. I feel like every episode is going to be like a cameo.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of that a little bit, but I guess we don't know fully.
But they came out and said they're just going to be setting up a TV show.
Yeah.
Another animated TV show, which is annoying. What's like, why bringing your live action character?
Oh,
Um,
isn't it like setting up Ahsoka and Sabine?
yeah,
That's what I heard. Yeah.
yeah, and I think fighting
Yeah.
what's whoever that other Jedi kid was. I didn't really watch Rebels, but what do you think
Oh,
if
Ezra.
Ezra? That's right,
Yeah.
yeah. But if she does make an appearance in the Jedi Fallen Order 2, what do you think what her role would be in that?
I don't know if she would become a main character or become
No.
like a side mission. But then again, she's too big of a
Mhm.
Star Wars character to be a side character in that whole thing.
Mhm.
I think I could see her definitely being in it, but I think I would like them to take more risks with the second Fallen Order and go like bring back Mace Windu, which has always been hinted at for like the longest time.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
hinted
bring
that he
back Darth
survived.
Maul. You
Yeah.
can bring back basically anyone in Star Wars and Palpatine too, but don't get me started on that. But
Uh,
also what I heard is that a cool theory is out there that a Star Killer being in this game and finally bringing him back into the canon and having him be this lead Inquisitor that Vader sends to take out Cal Kestis.
Ooh,
That would be such a cool way to bring Starkiller back.
yeah, but how long would that last for? It's
You'd probably kill him by the end of the game, but at least we'd have him back.
probably. I mean, just to. I mean, like what what I like about the Fallen Order is that it's so different from normal Star Wars. It's like the Han Solo movie that the Han Solo couldn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's great set pieces. It does remind me a lot of Uncharted, but
Yeah, I think the mechanics were very like taken off from different
I
games.
hate the climbing mechanic. Like you have to hold L2. I hate that thing. I died so many times just because I keep forgetting to push that
Yeah,
button, and so, but
I think they
hopefully,
did a very good job with it. And with story wise, I think, oh my god, it gave me
well,
a whole new level for Star Wars games.
yeah,
Especially like I was disappointed with Battlefront 2 campaign. I mean, it was mediocre, but after
yeah.
playing Fallen Order, it blew it out of the
Yeah,
water.
it's been proven multiple times by Disney and EA that they can make good stuff. They just gotta stop thinking about that and thinking about what really needs to be done. And
Yeah.
so, um, what's I guess the next thing to talk about is Henry Cavill.
Oh
There's been a
yeah.
bunch of rumors coming out that he will return. He's been not will, but thinking about returning to do more future DcU movies.
Hmm.
But with the super cut coming out, not super cut, the Snyder cut coming out, which I mean, I haven't seen Justice League, so I might check out Justice League and then check out then the Snyder cut. But I mean, I like Henry Cavill as Superman, but having the Snyder cut, if that does so well, Henry Cavill has to do like a TV show on
Oh yeah.
HBO because
I think
it'd just be too much for like movies and confusing timelines. And so,
Henry Cavill is a perfect Superman. I
hmm
think. I think he was such a great casting, not only because of his looks. He looks like an actual like comic book character bring to life,
hmm
but he's actually an incredible actor.
yeah,
But
he's just been kind of screwed over a little bit.
yeah, yeah,
And I mean, like,
and that's Warner Brothers.
yeah, yeah. And at the same time he had two big project movies at the same time. He had the Justice League and he had what's it called? Mission Impossible Fallout. And
Yeah.
so and I mean like with also Snyder's family in danger at this time. But yeah, I mean, like if I keep saying their name wrong, but if the company waited for Snyder to come back, they could have had something here, but only a third of whatever it was in the original cut. And so I'm kind of curious how if the Snyder cut does well, if it really hits it out of the park,
Yeah.
it's just gonna it's gonna suck because all if Ben Affleck returns, they're all gonna be TV shows,
Oh
which
yeah.
might be interesting because then you can just flesh out characters a lot more.
Yeah.
And but that's just gonna ruin the future movies that are gonna come up, like the Batman, which I don't think a lot of people are excited for because it's supposed to be a detective movie, and so
I'm still pretty pumped for it, but
yeah,
I
I
am
mean,
biased.
I I
But
would I would like to see a detective side of Batman. We
I
haven't.
think I think we've never really truly gotten that in
Yeah.
the films. We get hints in there, like in Dark Knight, he takes the bullet out of the wall type thing. We've only got hints, but to see like, and especially Matt Reeves is basing this off of the Long Halloween comic, which is
hmm
like infamously like the most popular Batman comic out there. And I think that's cool because it's gonna be like this cat and mouse type thing, like him hunting down the Calendar Man maybe or the Holiday Killer. And I at least from what I heard, Riddler's gonna be the main villain for that.
Okay.
But
All
going
right.
off the Snyder cut though, here's the thing: if this thing ends up being extremely successful, this will be really good
hmm
because Ben Affleck might actually finally not only come back as Batman, but finally get a chance to do the solo film that he originally planned.
Yeah,
Which that
he hasn't got his own solo film, which
yeah,
kind of also upsetted me that he left as well. And so,
yeah.
if it does well, what how would you like to see things turn out for at least this timeline of uh of these superheroes?
What do you mean?
Like what direction would you like to see them go down in like TV shows or movies or whatever?
I want them to go back to the original tone they had with Man of Steel and BVS because that differed themselves completely from the
Mm,
MCU. The MCU is great and they nail what they do,
mm-hmm.
but for being DC, they have their own formula that works,
They have to
and
be
it makes them stand
dark.
apart.
They can't be
Yeah,
both. And
yeah, you can't have both.
that's what the Dark Knight movies do well is because they're really dark. Besides,
Yeah,
I mean, Dark Rise, it has its downfall,
yeah,
and it was also coming off a great movie, The Dark Knight,
yeah.
and with
Dark Knight. That was
the
like the Citizen Kane as superhero movies.
yeah, and like the loss of I can't remember the actor's name, but
Heath Ledger.
yeah, Heath Ledger. So I mean, like, there's so many problems with that, and so hopefully they just pull something off. And if it does even better what they thought, like even better than we think, you think they will cancel future on movies and continue on with this?
I think
Because I doubt they will
I
even
don't think it would
cancel it.
disturb the movies. Like Wonder Woman 84 is still gonna come out. I mean, this is that's before that, but I think
They're
the
working on
Shazam sequels,
Suicide Squad 2,
yeah,
and
that's
so
gonna come out next year with James Gunn, and then I don't think it would affect that much. I think it'll only like help boost it because DC's kind of in a weird spot, and
yeah,
they've been in a weird spot ever since the flop of Justice League. So I think they've been in that weird area because they've been focusing on their solo films because
well
they're like
they
they're not denying there's a universe, but they're not fully embracing it either.
yeah, well, see, the
So
thing is they're they're trying to run before they can even walk. They're
exactly,
focused. See, the first solo movie that they ever did was Man of Steel, and it did pretty good, but people kind of hated it because how Superman was a little too dark, which I'm
there
fine
was
with.
yeah.
I'm fine
I'm
with
fine with it.
Superman being dark.
I
It's
don't even
because
think
it's
he was dark. I
well,
think just the movie itself
yeah,
surrounding him.
yeah, and so and like if they kept the direction, like if what they should have done is that they should have done the Man of Steel. They should have done um, Batman's solo film next, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and then maybe put Batman v Superman after that, and then do the Justice League, and like and just and etc. But they're just trying to move on too fast and try to catch up with the MCU,
Yeah.
and so
I
and
think it was Warner Brothers' fault because they're playing like you said a catch up game with MCU, and with Justice League that was so clear of how like they're really trying to have that Avengers vibe with Justice League, but they're
yeah.
two completely different things.
Hmm.
You can't take each other's formula, and Marvel couldn't do the same.
And that's why they actually hired well, probably one of the reasons why they hired James Gunn is because, like, maybe that's a way to get closer to how the MCU feels.
Yeah.
And so, but I guess speaking of another cut, the Dark Phoenix cuts, someone has came out with an article. Who directed the Dark Phoenix? I can't remember who directed the Dark Phoenix, but they directed
Um.
The Last Stand as well.
Yeah.
um
Ironically,
yeah,
the
and so
same exact storyline. It never works out. I
I'm
don't know why they keep trying to do this, and the fact that there is two versions of the Dark Phoenix storyline, and they both miserably failed.
the the reason of Day of Future Past was so that it could erase The Last Stand, but it just got wrote it into the
It's
future,
Days of Future Past is top tier because they kind of undid and
and
brought
it
that
and it had its
new
own
team
it
with
had its
the
own
originals.
yeah, it had its own ideas. It didn't feel it was really
Yeah.
seen it or something, but yeah, I mean, after the announce of the Snyder Cut, everyone's like, oh, whoa, well, okay. let's do ours cut now. How about my
Now they're
cut?
just gonna be
It's
saying
like
it. Yeah.
they're just coming to come
Do
out
you
with some
deserve a cut?
yeah, it's like they're gonna come out with excuses like what my movie didn't do well, so I should get a cut. Well, were you rush? No, then you don't get a cut. But I guess Dark Phoenix was a little rushed because Disney did
Yeah.
buy X-Men and all that.
It's
But
because Fox wanted to push out one more movie before Disney bought them.
yeah, I mean Disney should have at least give them their last shot of a movie.
Yeah.
But I think they technically did and technically didn't. They kind of messed it up with the Captain Marvel because the ending was supposed to be completely different, and it came out the year after of Captain Marvel, so they didn't want to feel like they were copying and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't,
The movie. Yeah.
and there's stuff that's missing out of this movie for sure. I mean, I went all on this movie when it first came out. I was like, I did not like it. I did not like how Charles was acting. Charles
They
not
made him
one.
into some bad guy from out of nowhere.
Yeah, he like out of nowhere he just cared about his ego. I mean, yeah, well, they kind of hinted his ego, but it wasn't huge like Tony Stark. It's
Yeah,
not.
it wasn't like, and they never showed this before, so it was so out of left field. Not even to mention the
Yeah,
aliens.
which are
Like,
supposed to be scrolls, but
it's so bad.
I mean, what I honestly, you wouldn't get a whole lot from the Snyder Cut. You'd probably get, there's probably like 20 minutes of like scenes missing, but it wouldn't really add anything.
That's what I originally thought. It's only gonna boost like 2% around tomatoes,
Mm-hmm.
but Warner Brothers just gave them an extra 30 mil to fully complete production, so they're going all out. So
Did they
this is gonna be
really?
like, yeah,
I didn't hear about that. That's kind of
yeah.
insane.
So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be completely different from Justice League, but that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm hoping it's a good thing because like the standards are not high for that from that movie. So
Yeah. Well, the thing is, how would that even work? Because with Disney owning the X-Men, would it have to be made from Disney, or would Disney give them money just for this and like let them do it just this once, or make like a contract and whatever just for this one movie? Like, how would that work with
what are you talking about? Dark
like
Phoenix or
Dark
just
Phoenix?
okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
don't. They're just pulling that because the Snyder Cut thing was so
yeah.
successful, but that was set up to be like that because it was a whole like movement. I mean, even Subway jumped on it type
Oh
of
yeah.
thing, but all the actors are on it. They're just trying to pull something out of there. I mean, Dark Phoenix had some good moments,
Yeah.
but
The
after
action
the
was
good
good.
moments
The
happened,
action was pretty good. I'll
it was
admit
thrown out
that.
the window.
But then, the train sequence, that was actually, the last, that was, well, the rewritten part. But that was a good scene. I really liked that. Even all the characters coming together, because this movie was technically created like a Civil War type of deal.
Yeah,
But having your last movie about being a Dark Phoenix isn't really the good like a smart decision to do. And what they should just left it off with Logan, because
yeah.
you don't see
Because that was such like
Wolverine.
a swan song for the X-Men universe.
Yeah, and this is the only movie that doesn't have a cameo from Wolverine,
Yeah,
which
that's why
I,
it sucks.
I was looking throughout the whole entire film. Where's Hugh Jackman? I was looking for him, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I was even more upset. And so maybe if that does come out with a cut, they can add Hugh Jackman in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just rushed. 20th Century Fox just wanted to push that one out
Hmm.
right before Disney put the mouse himself put his white fingers and took it. But
This
it's sad because like the X-Men property for Marvel has like always been one of their biggest properties. I mean, like after Spider-Man, before the Avengers movies, X-Men was always the number two.
somehow Spider-Man costs more than the X-Men though. One character. And they can't even afford Hulk apparently. You know, one character that has not been developed at all.
Gosh, they really need to fix that.
I mean, is
Oh,
Hulk even choking up?
I think Mr. Blint is here.
Salutations.
You want in? You want in on the cheddar? We're talking about the Dark Phoenix cut. Because apparently there's a thing now.
Well, who directed it? Who directed it? I forgot. Yeah.
I forgot.
He's been
it's the same guy who did Last Stand.
He's been a writer for him and a producer for him for a really long time. And I know he wants his own. I've heard that he wants his own cut for the film though. And
Yeah.
No one wants that though.
Yeah.
No one absolutely wants that.
I mean, I get. Well, that was a good talk. Let's see. The next thing is SpaceX Launch, which was pretty cool.
Oh, SpaceX.
Yeah. Did you watch the launch?
Blow up.
I know it didn't blow
up. They won't be back in another 3 months, so they're missing everything down here. Lucky for them. But
astronauts.
Yeah. Which is kind.
They docked from. I thought they already came back. Bob and Doug.
Not from
they
what
went to the International Space Station and then they dropped down on the pod.
From what I known, they said. Let me look. SpaceX return.
I think it was only a 23-hour test flight.
Oh, it was a 19-hour to get there, wasn't it? And so. I didn't hear about them returning. I thought they were going to stay up there for a couple of days, or at least a month or so. But yeah, I mean, like it was a pretty cool moment. Finally we're going to sooner or later, get space travel where we can visit, the moon sooner or later, which is going to be very dangerous. Yeah. I mean, like, have you seen what's that movie called with Brad Pitt in it? Ad Astra.
Oh, Ad Astra. This guy loves that movie.
What? I fell asleep during that movie. How?
Please share your thoughts and feelings on Ad Astra.
We both agreed that it was boring as hell.
All meant that the special effects were pretty cool, but
the cinematography was amazing.
Oh yeah, it was just like an extremely more boring version of Interstellar.
Yes.
Although Brad Pitt did great. I think he did great for what he got.
Yeah.
And we both can agree that Donald Sutherland looks like a basset hound.
His face is so droopy.
And Tom Lee being in the movie for at least 5 minutes when he was, on the main poster.
He's insane.
I mean, but sooner or later we're gonna get there, but it's gonna be dangerous. I don't know. I love space. I'm a huge sci-fi person, but even from my perspective, I wouldn't even go up there. I mean, I might even go up into space, but I wouldn't even just go way out there.
I'd go up there if I could come back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going into space.
Yeah.
I like talking about it. I like thinking about it. I'm not going to go up there.
Yeah.
Transcended.
I mean, I guess talking about space, we have a meteor coming straight to Earth. It's supposed to miss us, but it's supposed to miss us, hopefully. But it's supposed to be a huge one. We're not going to be able to see it, but if you're on Australia or the other side of the world, you're going to be able to see it at a certain time and all that. It's supposed to be bigger than what has hit us. We're not even supposed to. Earth is not even supposed to get hit for like another 100 years, from what I've been hearing. So
we just need to keep Bruce Willis alive for the next 100 years.
I mean, 2020 has been rough, but hopefully that meteor doesn't even. If it does hit us,
it. Jinx it, Austin.
Don't jinx it.
I mean, someone else already jinxed it for me, so I mean, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of scary to think about with everything going on, and even thinking about that meteor.
Yeah.
But
it's really cool. It's cool to see, especially since it was like the first commercial space flight ever.
Oh yeah, that too. And so thinking about Tesla building rocket ships is kind of insane.
Yeah.
It's gonna fly by itself.
Next. Yeah.
Commercial space flight for everyone who's millionaire.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be feasible to any of us for a very, 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 very,
It's gonna
very,
be.
very
It's gonna
long
be a
time.
minute.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a minute.
Did you hear about Tom Cruise wanting to make a movie in space?
Yeah. He's trying to work with Elon Musk to make the first in space movie.
That's gonna be weird.
That would be so cool.
It's no. The problem is who's gonna go up there and film that? Who's gonna go up there and film that? No one's gonna not even money will get people up there. You think money got Sam Neill to go to Jurassic Park? Thinking about just someone giving money just to go up in space and film something up there. It's
Yeah, take him hostage.
I mean,
We'll film this.
and you know how small that area will be if they try to film up there. It's production is going to be very tight on that type of movie. But yeah, how long have we been? Oh, we've been talking for a good time. Well, we had a lot of good stuff to talk about. I don't know if I missed anything that happened for the past week.
You know any big news?
Ayer wants to cut David Ayer for Suicide Squad. He says
That's right. That's
he
true.
wants his own. He wants, since the Snyder cut happened, he wants his own cut. But I don't think anyone wants the David Ayer cut.
It was sad. Actually, I could slightly believe that. Only because David Ayer, besides Suicide Squad, is a phenomenal director.
Yeah,
and he did Training Day, he did Fury,
End of Watch.
Yeah, he's.
I think what
hurt
that movie was who was the Joker for that one? I can't remember the Joker.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, he creeped out everyone on set every day. Sent weird stuff.
I actually own the movie just to watch how bad it is sometimes. It's just one of those guilty pleasures. You know how bad it is, and the dialogue is just. I guess we're just some Suicide Squad.
David Ayer also directed Bright. I forgot about that.
The Superman kind of rip-off movie.
No, it's no.
It's
it's the one with Will Smith and Joel Edgerton.
It's like a modern fantasy.
It was like the big thing on Netflix in 2017.
Okay.
Hard.
Yeah, it flopped terribly. That and then Sabotage with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. What I guess if we're talking about super cuts, like movie cuts, what movie would you think you would like to see get a cut recently that came out?
Well, it'd have to be one that's bad. I mean, I'd be open to Suicide Squad 1 just to see what else he would put in, and knowing that he's already a good director. But if it's just some shitty director that's just saying he wants his own cut,
I honestly think that the only person who got cut short from was really Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
He's the only one who really does need his own cut.
Yeah. It's because Warner Brothers was in play too.
A Rise of Skywalker cut. I mean, it really needs one badly.
Yeah. What was it? The Lucas cut?
Oh.
The last 30 minutes was supposedly Lucas directed, but I don't know. Was that a rumor or did that actually happen?
I think that actually happened. They cut it. Because I'm pretty sure there's a version with all the Jedi Force Ghosts.
Yeah, because Lucas didn't he supposedly direct like the last last hour of the movie?
Yeah. JJ
gave him that, but then Disney was just like, no, we don't do that here.
No.
We don't give Lucas power. And
now there's a rumor going around that George Lucas wants to kill off Ahsoka. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
In real life.
In real life. When in The Mandalorian or her new show with
probably her new show. She has to die anyway. I mean, you hear her voice in Rise of Skywalker.
In Star Wars.
I mean,
think about every single popular main character always dies.
Well, did you hear that they want to put Cal Kestis in? Supposedly they're putting Cal Kestis in Mando season 2, which I don't think they're
too many cameos. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I think Boba Fett and Ahsoka is fine.
I think Boba Fett's a mainstay though, so I'm fine with him.
Yeah,
because I think that was the main goal. Because you make a show called Mandalorian, all based off of the original popularity of a character because he looked cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're gonna give Boba Fett his time to shine.
If Ahsoka, when Ahsoka does make appearance in that, I hope they just don't even have her, turn on her lightsaber, because I don't want to see a lightsaber at all in that show. Because I liked, well, besides the dark saber, I mean that gives it a challenge, but I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Marvel's TV shows are supposed to come out some like in a month or so.
Is Shield dead yet? Is Shield gone?
Agents of Shield.
Please tell me it's gone.
The last season is out, or is it? Well, it hasn't been released yet, I think, from what I know.
But you know what my Snyder Cut is? It's season 4 Daredevil. Best superhero show I've ever seen.
Aren't they making a movie for Daredevil?
Huh?
Aren't they making a movie for Daredevil, or no?
Well, Charlie Cox is strictly rumored that he'd be in the next Spider-Man movie as a team up, but that's not confirmed at all. And they're really pushing it because all the actors have been severely pushing it.
Oh yeah. What do you? Well, I guess Spider-Man, Venom 2. So Tom Holland's rumored to make an appearance in that one as well. I mean, I think from here on out, Marvel's gonna go downhill. Marvel will probably go downhill after the Black Widow movie.
Actually, I think Black Widow is the only one I'm actually really excited for. What was the movie that came out? Eternals was supposed to come out this year. I honestly didn't care for it.
Eternals is just New Gods.
I don't care.
But I'm excited for Sam Raimi doing Doctor Strange too.
Oh yeah,
that's something I'm excited for.
Especially since it's supposed to be a horror movie.
It's supposed to be a horror movie, and
that will be awesome.
Well, I think Disney's restricting on that one. Like he's restricting how far they go.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be PG-13.
I don't even know if they'll let Raimi do any of his.
I mean, probably the scariest movie that we will ever get from Disney is what's it called, New Mutants, which is supposed to come out this year, but got pushed back again.
That trailer has been out since 2017.
Technically, isn't that 20th Century Fox? That was before they bought them out.
Well, but now it's Disney's.
It's supposed to come out this last several years.
Oh yeah, I know.
And they just started showing trailers again, and it got pushed back again. That movie cannot catch a break.
What do you think? So I guess from all the dark stuff that Disney has done for Marvel, you think they would ever put on Disney Plus, like Punisher, Daredevil, or anything like that?
The reason why I think,
because they're supposed to cancel, because they're taking it off Netflix, from what I know. At least Netflix is done making them.
It was a Netflix original, so it's completely produced by Netflix. And since it's got a mature rating for it, and so does Punisher, and I'm pretty sure Luke Cage and Iron Fist as well. But don't worry about those because they're never coming back. But those two are the only ones I see actually coming out of it. And from what I've been hearing, both John Bernthal and Charlie Cox are most likely maybe get a whole other season, but maybe finally get their own movies.
Yeah.
So we don't know. No.
What movies have they came out and announced besides the ones that we already?
Besides the roadmap we got.
Yeah.
For Marvel, the only ones I think for the roadmap was Black Panther 2, Guardians 3,
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, Blade, but that's like way far off. So it's like not even like.
They haven't even started production for some of them. Like, I mean, what character would you like to see on the big screen?
From Marvel?
Yeah.
I want them to really go back and do Hulk right.
Yeah, I think they should.
Incredible Hulk is actually a pretty good movie, and if they can further like a more darker tone Hulk,
they just need a better script. They just need a better script for that movie. If they had a better script, it would have been pretty good.
I don't like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk anymore.
He's starting to like,
I don't like.
Well, yeah, with the Hulk's position now, I kind of see that. I didn't mind him in Avengers Endgame.
I loved him in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. But then now, oh, wait, if we ever get a future movie, it's going to be that Hulk. It's not going to be, the Hulk that we wanted to see. Yeah. So if they do something where, Hulk we get that kind of strength from Bruce Banner's Hulk that we see now, maybe. But I don't know.
There's so many characters they've never really done right on the big screen. And
Hawkeye.
honestly, I mean, X-Men's been done right, but I would love to see an MCU. That will pique my interest again.
Fantastic
when
Four?
X-Men finally come back.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if they can do anything Fantastic Four too.
That
They
finally nailed Doctor
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's really Marvel's best villain, and they. Sorry, Thanos lovers. I'm just gonna say it. Doctor Doom is the best villain Marvel has offered, but it's they've never done him right ever.
Well, I don't know how no one expects him to be evil when his last name is Doom, but
Victor Von Doom.
it's such a cheesy villain name. But I mean,
He's pretty cool though.
yeah, I mean, we talk. That's pretty a good amount of talk. I'm trying to think of something else, but we basically dived into a lot of stuff. The Last of Us 2 is coming out very soon, which is actually kind of exciting. I don't know if you guys played the first
The
one.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
We never got PlayStation.
I've just heard so much about it, and
yeah.
I don't even. I heard that like
It keeps getting pushed back. It keeps getting pushed
and they
back.
keep
like, no matter
releasing
what.
like some new clips, and
It's supposed to come out
they're
on
hating
the
on it.
18th.
Like, or even like they turned off the comment section. I heard about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, because people keep leaking it. A bunch of big leak files were dropped from, someone that worked on the Last of Us 2, because from what I've heard that he wasn't getting paid enough money, and so he threatened, Naughty Dog and Sony.
Naughty Dog, that's the company. Yeah.
I mean,
But the main game news I stay tuned in is WB Montreal's Batman game. The next part. It's not even really Arkham, but the next Batman game. I've been following the news for this. Ask him. Like, said for
Every
years.
day I hear a new
For
update.
years. And I've like never tuned into a game like this much. And it's an obsession now because it's just like this whole controversy, and like it just keeps going back and forth.
what was the last good game that you think you played?
Oh God.
Well, Modern Warfare I've been playing. I mean, in terms of like like a story game.
Yeah.
Fallen Order.
Yeah, probably Fallen Order. If not Fallen Order, then Spider-Man PS4, Red Dead 2, which I am the Red Dead 2 fan.
Oh my.
Beat that game.
Well, all right. Well, thank you for joining me on this one. This was fun. Yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot. It was awesome. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully to have you on in a future episode even more. Thank you for Devin and Clint for joining me on this episode. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I mean, I'm enjoying the podcast. These episodes have definitely brought some more fun to the channel and something new. Talking about news, or like I'm even gonna add some like stuff that to my own sooner or later in the future, just to get a little bit more into these podcast episodes. They've been a lot of fun. We're gonna have a big special guest. I think the next episode or the one after it, I don't know. It's just seeing if I can get another one in after this one before him, for whoever is coming on next. But I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Like always, we'll see you in the next podcast. Bye, guys.